As a caregiver, you now have two different situations, two different types of care, and you're trying to figure out, how am I going to get through this? What am I going to do? Let's talk about that. I've been in this situation. I was raising a son with special needs, and I was a caregiver with my sister-in-law for our mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, her mother. And it can be very tricky because, as we know, if you have a special needs child, they expect routine, consistency, and change can become very difficult. So, as a caregiver, being pulled in two different directions can add stress. How do we avoid that? Tip number one, schedule yourself. Make sure you are keeping everything written down: doctor's appointments, school functions, therapy, where you need to be, and when. So make sure you're giving yourself enough time for appointment 1, for appointment 2, and that you have travel time and time to make sure that you're eating and taking care of yourself properly, as well as the persons you're caring for. Tip number 2, make sure that you're still giving yourself that downtime. So say Monday, you already know you're going to have 3 different appointments, one for each person you're caring for, and maybe one for just yourself. That's a hectic, crazy day, especially depending on where are these appointments. Are they close together? Are they far apart? You have to make sure that you carefully schedule those. So now you've had a day with 3 different appointments, probably have had no self-care time, no time to yourself, and you're probably pretty stressed. How do you know that you're stressed over the situation? If you usually sleep pretty good, pay attention to, how are you going to sleep that night? How did you sleep? Did you toss and turn? Did you wake up? Did you not struggle to get to sleep? You really have to tune into yourself to know, when are you stressed and when are you still fitting in pockets of self-care. So that's my first tip. Second tip, your special needs child really only wants you. It's a bad day, but you have to go take care of the other situation or the other person, whatever it may be, and now you're concerned. If you already know that you have 1 to 2, maybe 3 people that can care for your special needs child, well, yes, now you have disrupted their schedule, you've disrupted their consistency. It's not the end of the world. You have to let it go. You have to just let them know that you're going to be gone. This is what you're doing. You'll be back at this time. If possible, say, when I get back, we'll do reading together, or we'll go to the park for a little bit. Give them something to hold on to, and then you go about your day. Whoever you have entrusted to care for them, believe in them and trust them, because you just left them with them. So hopefully you do truly trust them. So you have to let that go and stay focused on the current situation you are in. How do you find self-care time as a caregiver? You have to build it into pockets of days. You have to do a routine so you are not letting yourself go. My favorite is to get up early, have my cup of coffee, do my meditation, read my affirmations, and then start my day as everybody else starts to wake up. Now I've started off my day making sure my mindset's good to go, making sure I did something for me, and making sure I'm good for the day. The second favorite part of the day for me, and to make sure I'm taking care of me, is my nighttime routine. I like to read before I go to bed. Again, I say my affirmations. I will meditate. There's different apps you can use that have sleep assistance apps where it will help you really relax and get some rest and go to sleep. These are my favorite 3 tips that have helped me through my caregiving journeys. Do you have a favorite tip? I'd love to hear it. I'm always up for learning more. Are you struggling as a caregiver? Are you just becoming more and more frustrated and you're letting yourself go more and more? Maybe it's little things like you're stress eating, you're eating junk food. That's going to make you feel worse, even though at the time it's comforting you. So if you're struggling as a caregiver, I have two options to offer you. One, I have a caregivers group where we talk about all different topics. I want you to feel safe to vent, ask questions. It's an open group for help to avoid caregiver burnout and caregiver stress. Two, I have a group, I have a Calendly link that I would love to hop on a Zoom with you for 30 minutes and see what we could do for you to lower your stress and be the amazing caregiver that I know you already are. Have a great day. Bye-bye.